Yes, you are first, JP. I am back. I am back. We are running up our price here a little bit, maybe a little bit earlier than I would have expected. Crazy coming in second. So apparently, I thought I should leave you guys with some music. So real quickly, I just kind of, well, maybe I'll wait till we get a few more people here, I guess, before I explain what happened. Don't you ever abandon so, all right, well, I guess I'll just go ahead and explain it. So I think what happened was I thought I should leave you guys some music, um, and really what I did is I just pulled up a quick um, a YouTube channel that had like streaming 10 hours worth of elevator music. I didn't abandon you. So I was playing that elevator music in the background, and for some reason or another, I guess the owner of the elevator music did not like the fact that I was streaming their content, and so they shut down my stream. They complained and got me shut down for streaming their content, which um, I guess I can understand that a little. So I get it. I just kind of figured if you're gonna make a 10-hour stream of elevator music, who would care if you was using it? I don't know. So, yeah, lesson learned: don't steal somebody's 10 hours of elevator music. Sorry. Uh, Crazy Peppy. Oh, jeez. Well, um, I've taken some time off here and there, every once in a while at least. But I did come back. I did come back for you. Um, and everything's good with my eyes. I can see straight. They didn't have to dilate them, which was great. I love the fact they didn't have to dilate them. Um, I'm sure the elevator was in the Citadel building. It was part of their server. It was probably on the Citadel server, and they saw that I was streaming their music, and they're like, "We can't have this." Here's a funny story though. I'm sitting out. I actually was in. I was talking to you guys in the chat room before I went in to go see the optometrist, and I have a paid subscription for YouTube. So when you close your phone down, it still plays your video. And I always forget to close out my videos, so I just turned my phone off and I went into the room, and the optometrist was talking to me and stuff, and she goes, "Do you hear music?" And I kind of sat there for a second. I was like, "Yeah, it sounds like it's in your lobby or something." And she's like, "Oh, oh, okay. We don't have music." I was like, "Oh, it's my phone." So, yeah. Good times, good times. Lesson learned. No elevator music allowed, apparently. So when I leave next time, guys, no music. No music at all. Uh, Sorry, one second. Let me respond to a quick text. All right. So I can trust a grown man in a frog hat. Oh, I can't. I can't trust a grown man in a frog hat. Well, some people appeal to some people, and some people appeal to others. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. Uh, Anyways, so what doing? What doing? Let's check this out. Let's see what's going on here. Let's go over the page. It's toast. I'm not toasting today, guys. I'm not toasting today, and I'll tell you why. Number one, I didn't work. I had a day off, so I'm not toasting today. Number two, my wife and I went out to a place called Lupe Tortilla and had like so much food. I'm like beyond stuff right now. I have my water, and that's all that I can fit in my stomach right now. I can guarantee you that is the only thing that I could probably put down at this point in time. So I guess we could do a toast with water um, to hopefully $40 by the end of today. Let's try to stay above 40. Cheers. Ooh, man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I think they are loading up. Kimos, welcome to the channel. Haven't seen that name before. Let me take you guys over the other page right after I log into Fidelity here. So yeah, we had a nice little date and went over to Costco afterwards and did a little Costco shopping. Picked up some new glasses. I got some new glasses that'll be here in a week or two, so you'll see my new glasses. There's something special. It was funny. We were trying on glasses. I don't know if you guys have seen The Big Short or not, but Brad Pitt's in that. Actually, I'll pull up a picture of Brad Pitt in The Big Short. But we found glasses that look just like his. I almost got them. But I was like, man, that really makes me look like a child molester or something. I don't know. It looked really bad, and I was like, I can't get them. I can't get them. Where's his glasses? Here they are. Look just like these. I don't know. Maybe you guys have seen the movie. Maybe you haven't. But I found glasses that look just like those, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me. I almost got them. I did. I thought about it for a brief second. I was like, you know what? It would totally look appropriate if I looked like Brad Pitt on the show. I was like, that'd be cool. And I was like, I'm not Brad Pitt though. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So anyways, let me keep logging in here. Let me keep doing my work. Let me get back to what I was doing. Although, man, that line at the end of the movie that he like gets after those guys for like partying, and he's like, "You guys just, yeah." I I liked his character in that movie. It was a great movie. All right, let me take you guys over the stats page. Let's update everything and see what happened today. Um, I might. Let's see here. I don't know. That's a good question, MCon. You guys are asking a lot of questions. No Home Depot or Bed Bath and Beyond. Sean's looking for January 16th for the squeeze. I know the options are there for that. For a gamma squeeze. I don't think so, MCon. If we wanted to hit a gamma, I think we would have had to been over $55 by this end of this week. Nikki's asking, what do I think will happen Thanksgiving week? I don't know. It does seem low, Nikki. So I talked about it in this morning's show, and I would absolutely love to. I wish that video didn't get deleted or stricken due to elevator music. We'll call it the elevator event, elevator music event. So I could cover that right now. I have plenty of time to do that. Let's do that. I'll cover it right here in a second, Nikki. There's some really interesting things that have happened in the last 24 hours that I don't think anybody's talking about just yet, but the entire community should be absolutely abuzz about this right now. Absolutely abuzz, and the reason being is that everybody should be knowing about what's going on. So let's cover some of the stuff on this page here really quickly, and we'll move on. Because right now, I guess the first thing to point out to you, look at our utilization right now, 72.81%. Elevator gate. I love it. We're gonna go with that elevator gate. Look at our utilization, 72.81%. Something is going on that should give you goosebumps looking at that number because that is scary. Super, super scary. Super, super low. I'm going to show you why it is, though. And everything really started. I first noticed the problems yesterday. I don't remember. Somebody posted who it was that they. I think it was Sean. I think Sean had kind of asked me a question and went into looking into something and we found something, and I'll go into it here in just a second. But utilization 72.81, keep that in the back of your mind. Today's off exchange, let's take a look at it. Off exchange for today is over 60%. We're at 60.14. What Ortex doing? Ortex currently showing 960. Guys, oh yes. Yes, it's starting. It's starting. When have we been this late in the day and still had positive borrow change numbers? It has been, I can't remember the last time. It's been a while. It has been a hot minute. 900, almost a million shares plus right now in the borrow change number column. This is good. This is definitely good stuff right here. Let me add that in here. 965,000 shares borrowed so far, according to Ortex, towards the loan amount. I will pull up some more information on that, but you're right, Nikki. Estimated short share interest of the free float, 15.47%. Scary. Super, super scary. But I'm going to show you why. They're building a case. They're building a case and they're trying to make something look bad. And I'll show you what it is here in just a minute. Moving to the top right hand side, I'm going to go ahead and update institutional share ownership. I want to see if that changed at all. 175.18 is what we were showing this morning. It's now 175.25, so there's still increasing. Max Payne, somebody asked about that. I think it was MCon asked about that while I was gone. It is 40 for the day. Let me update the options chain. Highest amount of call options for the day today is at $45. That's where it was yesterday. Yesterday we ended at 22.8 at this time of the day. 22.8 thousand contracts. Today it's only 15.3. So definitely not a whole lot of enthusiasm about hitting 45. On the put side, highest level is 40. That's down from 42 from yesterday. And it went from 8.7 at this time yesterday. It went from 8.7 thousand contracts at 42 to 15.3 today. An exact amount of volume for the calls at 45. So the options are kind of signaling for a 42.50 close by the end of this week. That's what they're signaling for right now, which is definitely lower than where we're at currently, or higher. I'm sorry, higher. So that's, that's good. I like seeing that. That's good information. The next thing, Vortex, and this is for everybody who missed it this morning. I'm going to cover it again right now. I'm actually going to put a bookmark on this moment in time so that I can go back to it and reference it. So check this out. Let me take you over to the other page. So yesterday, when Sean had asked me a question about, I don't remember specifically what it was. I think he said call positions or put positions for Citadel, and I went and looked, and Citadel is actually reporting more call options right now. They're reporting about 7 point something million call options in shares, not in contracts, but in shares, and only 5 million in shares, 5 and some change in puts. And I was like, wait a minute. 2 days ago it was 8 million. Now all of a sudden it's 5 million. I'm like, something's not right here. It just suddenly dropped by 3 million. And their calls are now exceeding the amount of puts that they have in shares. And then I noticed that Fintel wasn't reporting um, the average price for the puts or the calls. They've completely gotten rid of it. So I sent out a ticket to Fintel and said, "Hey, what's up here?" And I got this back as a response. "Hi, we removed the share prices for options data, but not for normal equity shares. The reason is because there tends to be a lot of data entry errors for this asset class, and the reality is that the results seem to cause a lot of confusion. In the short interest ownership page, you will find two types of short positions: put options, A. You also find call options, but they didn't mention it. Put options, which we have removed the share price from, and B, normal borrowed then sold options, which we have retained the share price for. I hope this helps clarify the issue." So the question I have is who's causing the data entry errors? Is it Fintel or is it the short hedge funds? Who's responsible for the data entry errors? Now we know that self-reported, right? And if this self-reporting data is coming, I'm not going to circle which one it is, but I think you know where it's coming from. And I think that you can find out they're shifting some numbers around. They're shifting numbers around to kind of create a narrative. And so let me show you what the narrative is here, because you're going to see it in Ortex. If you come over to Ortex, we had dropped down to, every single morning I do this breakdown. The breakdown is that we look at the total amount of shares that are available to borrow. We were down to like 112 million shares available to borrow. So when I did the calculation on shares on loan divided by utilization, subtracting that number with the shares on loan, it tells you how many shares are available to borrow. It was 119. It moved from 112 to 119. The higher this number is, the better it is for us, because that means that they have a lot more potential to have to loan shares. So I guess the best way to put it is on Wednesday there was 22.2 million shares available to loan, and yesterday there's 32.5, or today I should say. Today is 32.5. So that's why our utilization drops so drastically. But here's the deal: if you come in here and you look at things, the on loan average age per day is actually still increasing. It went from 77.86 to 79.14. 79.14 is dang near the biggest number that we've had so far this year. It's getting really close. But the on loan amount is still continuing to drop. They're saving up. They're saving up a whole bunch. Now, we saw 1 million shares available to loan at like 2 a.m. this morning. I know because I was up. I got up at 3 a.m. Don't ask why. At 2 o'clock in the morning, there was 1 million shares to be borrowed. At about 5 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I think, somewhere thereabouts, it suddenly jumped up to 4+ million shares available to be borrowed. And the question is why? And it's because all the brokers know, they all know that the hedge funds are going to need to start borrowing shares immediately. Because if they don't start borrowing shares when the price starts going up, they're going to get screwed, and they're going to have to create liquidity. So they're throwing out a whole bunch of shares for them to borrow, and they're making them available right now so that they can borrow them right this second, because something is coming. Something is coming. And if you look at the estimated short share interest, 79.3 million. I did a rough calculation. It's not completely accurate. I just kind of rounded it a little bit. I got 65 million in puts according to reported Fintel data. I just added up the biggest accounts. I didn't add them all up, but there wasn't a whole lot left over by the time I was done. 65 million. That's far. This is nearly 80 million estimated right here, right? So that's nearly 15 million difference. And I'm telling you right now that I think that they're trying to hide a lot of their short interest. And I'm not sure exactly how they're doing it. I'm not privy to that kind of stuff, but they're trying to set a narrative where everything looks really, really bad in numbers. But look at the cost to borrow. Cost to borrow 3.94. It's a pretty big number. It's not really big, but it's a big number. That's the max. Um, if they can get numbers like utilization and estimated current short share interest of the free float to be low numbers, and the on loan amount to be a low, look like a low number, I guarantee you that the narrative is right around the corner. In fact, it may already be out there. Articles saying that hedge funds have probably covered their positions, but I can tell you right now, when you watch the price not like dropping like an absolute rock through the floor, and it's not, it only dropped $2 today. It's not a whole lot. Um, they're trying to set the narrative that they're covering their positions and that they're okay, but they're not. And the only thing you need to see is this on loan average age per day. Super, super, super old loans. They have not covered. So don't let that narrative fool you, because I guarantee you it's right around the corner. Orders by Fidelity customers today. AMC is not in the top 10 list. AMC is in 19th position. Oh, with 64% buys to 36% sales. It's coming, guys. It's coming. I think Monday. I already know tomorrow's going to be a down day. I already told you today was going to be a down day. I think Monday. I'd watch for Monday. These buy orders are going to come through on Monday. See what I mean about available shares to borrow? Super, super high. Remember, I don't know if you guys, however long you've been watching the show, I've used the analogy before that the broker's like a bank. They're bank tellers, right? And the bank tellers basically saying to the market maker, the hedge funds out there, they're saying, all right, look, I'm going to leave a sack of money on the back patio, and I want you to return it to me before the end of the day. And when you do, you're going to leave a little something, something for me, and then you're going to leave all the money that I left there, and then you just go do what you got to do with it, and then you just put it back there, and I'll come back at 3 o'clock, and I'll take care of things. So this morning though, the teller didn't just leave one bag; they left 4 bags. The teller knows what's up. The teller knows that the short hedge funds need to start creating liquidity, and that they're going to need to start borrowing a lot of shares. Man, I wish I had kept better track today on how much they had borrowed. Oh no, it's all here. There hasn't been a whole lot of borrowing. Okay. 3.8, 4.4, 4.92. Yep, just returns. So I had them down this morning for a total of 4.2 million borrowed. Yesterday was 4.7. Looks like they haven't really borrowed anything since. Not today. 29.6 thousand contracts in the money on the calls. 166,000 contracts out of the money on the puts. I'll look at what you guys' comments are here in just a minute. NASDAQ is up 0.4, Dow Jones is down 0.1, S&P 500 is up 0.33. We have currently 4,959 decliners to 2,364 advancers. The market's definitely on fire. Not on fire. I mean, it's definitely hurting. When it gets into the thousands on advancers, that's when it's on fire. Tesla is up 0.78%. Robinhood is down nearly 7%. Amazon is up 3.66. Cinemark is down 2.4, Doge is down 4.91, GameStop is down 0.18, and we are down 4.47. There's definitely just, I mean, it's not just us. It is not just us today. Currently more outflow than inflow. I can't math right now. I'm so full I can't even see straight. 39-point spread between the two with more outflow. And we've already made it into my predicted shares traded for the day today, which was between 10 and 30 million. We'll definitely be in my range. Let's see here. We got, what, 30 minutes left? So it's 360. I'm getting 24. We'll just call it an even 25 million. I'm getting pace for 25 million shares traded for the day today, so it's going to be kind of near the top end of my prediction. I'm trying to remember what the yesterday was our lowest traded day this year with 23.2, so we'll exceed that, but not by much. Taking a look at the 1 hour, we currently have more buying pressure than selling pressure with an RSI of 35.65. Man, it's really helping us out with the RSI. On a 30-minute interval, more buying pressure than selling pressure with an RSI at 36.5, and on a 5-minute interval, maybe slightly more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI at 54.3, which is pretty, just slightly above average. Where are we headed? Where are we headed? Well, I certainly think that we close above 40 today. I would like to see above 41, but only because I have a my price prediction was 41 to 44. I think Eric's going to sweep this week out again. He's got a pretty good. He's got a really good handle on the pricing. All right, let me see what you guys are saying here. Scary for hedge funds. No. I think Monday is going to be up. I think Monday is going to be the up day, right? Because we have T+2 on our buy orders, buy and sell orders, and so all the information that you see coming out of Fidelity, just kind of give it, So if I start telling you that Fidelity's got more buying than selling going on, then you would expect to see that coming through in the market within 1 to 2 days later. So the last 2 days were both more selling than buying as far as Fidelity goes. So that's why I was predicting today to be a down day today. The same thing happened or 2 days ago it was down, and then yesterday it was down even more. So we might actually see a little bit more down pressure tomorrow than we saw today. It just depends on whether or not they try to use, if they try to use orders that were put in today to wash out the orders that were made from previous day. It just depends on how they decide to balance the books. But more often than not, they usually go down. So I am expecting some more downwards pressure tomorrow. But I mean, overall though, 4% down today, not bad. It's really not that bad at all. I want to say we got a little bit of a cup formation happening here, but let me just come back out a little bit further here and see what we got going on. I mean, honestly, it looks to me like it's just a wedge. I would look to see. I'm going to go ahead and suggest that there's a chance that we maybe see. Where did my lines go? Oh, there they are. I'm thinking that at some point tomorrow we see like 38. There may even be an attempt to get it down to 35.76, but 38 would probably be the lowest. That's what I think we'll probably see. Man, this volume suppression though. Oof. I honestly thought this morning's volume. I'm surprised. I really am surprised um, that we have as much volume that we have right now. Because this morning's pre-market volume was so low that it was very easily this our volume could have beat yesterday's volume as far as being lower. What did I miss today? Any news? I think we got some good. I think we're gonna have some good price movement here towards the end of the day. Shiba Inu community declares war against those spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, taking inspiration from Sun Tzu. What are they doing? The art of crypto war. This is exactly what I was saying that we needed to do. What's the first thing that you need to know in order to start war? Is to know your enemy. We don't know who it is. I like what they're doing here. This is a good article. That's why I'm talking about what it is that I talked about earlier. I really think that making sure that we kind of get out there and make sure that everybody knows what the narrative is going to be, what's going to be said about the future. Because in all honesty, all the data that I see shows everything is completely pointing towards just a shifting of numbers. It's just a complete shifting in numbers. Another one bites the dust for tomorrow. Welcome to the channel 12 Omi Crypt. I can't even say that. Pro TV 1. Oh, it's like Ono Mic Pro TV 1. I wish AMC would go up on my birthday is tomorrow and listen to another One Bites the Dust. Yeah, we'll see. I'll get that going for your birthday for you tomorrow. Why not? Duncan, how's it going? I thought it was funny that you guys were all posting messages back and forth while the stream was running, and then I thought it was even more funny that the stream ended and that yet for some reason for a while the live chat was still going. I thought that was hilarious. The live chat was still running. Let's take a look at. Let me write that down on my notes. Another one bites the dust. It's not a bad song choice. Written down. It's not every day you come onto a channel and the next thing you know, you're getting your song played for your birthday. Did I get an explanation for the shutdown? I did. The explanation that I received was that I got a complaint from the owner of the music, from the elevator music I was playing. So I thought it would be a good idea to stream, a little bit of music, but like I normally do when I go on my breaks, I usually stream you guys free. Like it's definitely free music. Like they say that it's free. What do they call it? Free use, free fair use music, and there's no penalties for using it. And so that's what I normally play you guys. But in this particular instance, I knew I was going to be gone most of the day today, and so I kind of figured, like why not just pull up a YouTube stream that's got like elevator music or something like that for 10 hours. So I just looked up elevator music for a long period of time, elevator music or something like that. And next thing I know, I got a stream and I just posted up here. I figure like who's gonna get angry if I, you know, use their elevator music for 10 hours? And I believe so, Nikki. I do believe so. Let me pull that up here. I'd actually had that up one time. But the interesting thing is I think the banks will probably be down. Um, so it'll be down Thanksgiving. So yes, it will only be down Thursday. So we only have 2 days left this year that the market will be closed, and that's Thursday, November the 25th, and Friday, December the 24th. And the reason for December 24th is because, excuse me, Christmas falls on Saturday this year. So yes, only Thursday, but the banks might actually be. Let me see bank holidays. I'll bet you the banks are closed on Friday though, and that would be good for us. Super, super good for us. Hmm. It only says November 25th for banks, but they were down for Veterans Day, November the 11th, which the market wasn't on. So yeah, no. banks and stock market only have the only days that are left for this year. They both remain on the same days. So we're not going to have any like just market being open and the banks closed. Wind moon. Because from what it seems like in the past, Nikki, is that they're unable to borrow shares during that period of time. So we typically end up seeing a lot of price movement upwards. For example, like when was that last holiday? Veterans Day was like what, 2 Fridays ago? What day was Veterans Day? Yeah, Thursday, November the 11th. And we had an update that day, even with lower volume. We had 30 million shares. So the previous day, November 10th, we had was the closing price was 38.29 with 32.4 million shares traded. The next day after, we had 30.4 million shares traded and closed up about $1.20 more. So typically speaking, we can have usually we get some pretty good trading days on days like that, but they don't happen all that often. I'll tell you when we moon, JP. We moon when you know you're when you're weightless. You'll know it. You'll feel high. You'll feel like you're floating. You'll feel free. You'll feel liberated. It's quite different than the gravity that you feel at this moment in time. But yeah, shut down. So we're calling it elevator gate. Elevator gate is the why I got shut down. And maybe I should give a shout out to whoever the owner was for it. A nice happy shout out. So you guys can all go visit it and give them some extra hits and likes for helping me out. Let's see here. Nah, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. So just so you guys know, if that happens to me again, it's saying that I will get a strike and I won't be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream for a week. So I gotta be careful. I guess this is why, I never really considered this before. I mean, I guess I did consider it, but I didn't really think of it in terms of like this. But that's part of the reason why I just don't feel like it's appropriate for me to be, for some of the guys who are monetized and whatnot. I try not to stream their streams on my stream because they are monetized and I'm not, and you know, maybe they have a problem with it. I don't know. I try to avoid drama. Beatbox for you instead. Statistics on the top 15 stocks today. Let me pull that up on Fidelity. I know they've got it. Like the highest, most traded stocks. Is that what you want, or did you want something different? Because I know that like Webull's got something for that. Like top gainers for the day today would be these ones over here. Let's see. Let me get rid of my crap so you can see it. There you go. Those are some of the top gainers. The ones that have like the most, LGVN had the most volume out of them. Macy's was also really high volume. Man, 200 145% up. I gotta look at this. They went from 284 yesterday up to almost 890 today. So now this would have been a great stock to have honed your skills on. Right? If you would have bought into this somewhere in this run right here, this would be your first dip right here. This dip right here would be your second dip. This one, I don't think this one would have counted. It doesn't look like the pricing would have flagged a 20% drop. But I'm almost positive this would have counted as a 20% drop here. Yeah, definitely. And then the upwards amount would have been enough to count this as your second drop, and this would have been where you probably would have wanted to sell. If you didn't count this drop right here, this would be your first dip. You'd have another big dip right here. Then your much smaller dip, so this would be another good point to buy as the price is going up. This would actually gotten you really darn close to the top. Okay. My dog. Yeah, I recommend just throwing a couple bucks at some of these and just seeing if you can trade them. You know, see what high-paced fast trading looks like. Maybe run into some problems and then take some notes on how to possibly circumvent some of the problems or issues that you run into with trading those stocks. It'd be good to get some practice in before the real thing hits. No problem, Doc Doc. Ivan, on Fidelity, the highest traded stocks on Fidelity today, RIVN, LFCID, NVDA, Tesla, LGVN, BABA, SEV, Apple, Roblox, PYPL, PayPal, Amazon, AMD, Costco, or Cisco, sorry, Cisco, Macy's, Palantir, Walt Disney. We ended up coming in 19th. But our buy to sell ratio, way better today. Way better. 64 to 36. That's beautiful. Loving that. Did you happen to get to read my market maker accumulator theory for AMC? I did not. Did you post something to me? If you posted something to me, just let me know where you posted it to me to, and I'll go look for it. But I would love to read it. I'm always into reading new stuff, and I love sharing. I love sharing on the channel too. We've got lots of people on here who've shared things before, and I love to bring it to the community and let everybody kind of see it. More is better. And I'll tell you what I agree on and what I don't agree on, as long as you don't mind a little constructive feedback. I actually had one of my moderators. Actually, there's two people who notified me about it, but one of them was one of my moderators, and and I'm not going to say who, just I don't want to point anybody out, but somebody had mentioned to me a specific DD that was put together by a military gentleman, and it was I'm trying to remember what it was. I'll just I'll look at my phone. Um, so the name of the article was, or the name of the video was, Citadel Strategic Sell-Off during the AMC and GME squeeze. Do not miss this video. And it was somebody who kind of put together a video on their theory on what's going to happen here in the near future, and what to expect. And I had to quit. It was like I think it was like 24-minute video. I had to quit after about 17 minutes, because they started saying things about hedge funds trying to slowly recover or slowly cover. And I don't believe that's in the business model of these hedge funds one bit. They have two objectives. One is to either short the stock into oblivion so that the company goes bankrupt, or to get margin called. It's one or the other. I don't believe that there's any in between. I don't believe that there's well, we lost, we're just going to pay up some money. No, the pride's too big. Pride is way too big. They believe that they have a system that works, and I think that they believe that they will completely win. I think it's very high. GD, reading what you said there. Afternoon, brother. What's your position or understanding of the implications of reverse repo levels relative to FRE in the market? Um, Huge, absolutely huge. That's one of the catalysts that we were kind of saying. Like we felt, I think everybody feels that as soon as that money is taken away, um, there's going to be a problem, right? There's going to be a financial crisis, and yeah, we're gonna see some crazy stuff happen. Yeah, 1.5 trillion, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the rest of it. Yeah, I don't know who it was, Sean, and I'm not trying to bash it. It's just that as soon as I heard him say that, they're short hedge funds, they're going to try to do a slow covering, I don't agree. I don't agree. I think the hedge funds have two options, and there's only two options. It's either they win by shorting um, the company into bankruptcy, or getting margin calls. And I think those are the only two options. And anything else in between is not a possibility. Roberto. So, and I think you're asking the same question that GD is probably going to ask next too: is how high does reverse repo have to get for the market to crash? And I don't think there is. I don't think there is a height on it. I think that what you're waiting for is you're waiting for them for the budget to run out in December. Well, or it could be sooner. At the rate that we're going, it could be sooner. So once the budget runs out and they can no longer, because Yellen has already testified. She's already said that they're pulling strings the best that they can to continue to keep the market running the way that it is. And if that's truly true, then that's the reason that that reverse repo is continuously being as high as it is without having the whole market just crash. And that's why there is no limit. So you guys are typing in so much stuff, and it's the end of the day. I want to answer it though. Doc, if you sent me something, yeah, uh, I'm with you, Doc. I think I'm with what you're saying. I want to touch more on it. If you sent me some information, I'll read it over it either to my Reddit account or Twitter, either one, and I'll check it out. I'll have to take a look at what you wrote a little bit later, and we'll talk some more tomorrow. But anyways, it's that time of day, guys. I had a good lunch date with my wife today, and so I appreciate you guys putting up with elevator gate, and I guess there's tomorrow. So as usual, um, eat, sleep, drink, get your mind in the right place, be ready for probably a down day tomorrow. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, but above all else, don't just have a good day. Have a great day.
T-minus 90 seconds and counting. All systems are go. We're about 90 seconds from the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We are transferring to orbiter internal power at this time. Discovery is now running off its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start. And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond. Booster separation confirmed. Guidance now converging. Discovery's onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to swivel, aiming the shuttle for its precise target in space for main engine cutoff.
Okay, you sound good.
Discovery Houston, negative return.
Copy, a negative return. And one thing that I've come to believe is that technology can bring greater access to our capital markets. Our central question is this, though. When new technologies come along and change the face of finance, as they have done for decades, how do we continue to achieve our core public policy goals? In my role, I will always be animated by thinking about working families in the SEC's three-part mission: protecting investors, promoting fair, orderly, and efficient markets, facilitating capital formation.